statistics machine allowing you to have a great view over the beautiful landscape across China. And now inside the museum for wild birds. Today I'm going to take you around and let's stay together and have a better understanding about the wild bird species across China and across the world. As you can see, around me there's a whole array of beautiful wild bird species presented in this garden. And the bird you are seeing now is a red-billed starling. It is an endemic bird species to China. As you can see, the height is gray while the two wings are black. So this is really beautiful. All the photos has been filmed by one particular photographer. And let's continue this journey. This one is a red-headed parrot. That's a yellow bill and a red head. As you can see, the bird is like a sleepy, very lovely sleepy bird is perching on the tree, right? It has a protected coloration and allows it to camouflage itself amid leaves. And here, this is the Oriental magpie robin, commonly known as Xichang bird in Chinese culture. It means the 4 different types of happiness. If you see this bird, it can bring you 4 different happinesses, which are good fortune, prosperity, longevity, and happiness. So this is a really interesting explanation of this bird culture. And here, as you can see, this is a crimson chat. This is known as the Xichang City from Africa. The lovely 7 birds perching on the tree. As you can see, the female one is holding an insect ready to feed the other birds. It's really lovely. As you can see, that the tail has 12 pieces of feathers, which makes it a really, really elegant tail. In fact, the scientists have identified and described more than 11,000 different species of birds so far. However, around 14% of them are threatened with extinction. So today, this gathering is a very good opportunity for us to raise our awareness for biodiversity conservation. Indeed, each bird has its own story, but for more detailed introduction, I'm joined by Mr. Xichang.
往外站。
我的工作呢，就是在爱尔兰表的生态博物馆呢，提供一个讲解员的工作，对表人宣传，让更多人去了解表。
His job is an educator in this museum. He wants to use this opportunity to teach and to share with us more information about wildlife protection. Yeah. 我们可以走。Now we can continue the journey. Let's just know this gallery. Okay, now we have embarked on a journey, on a fantastic journey of the world of wild birds. 那您能够介绍我们这个博物馆的主题？最大的亮点是I'm asking the highlights of this wild species. The major exhibit is at this gallery.
我们最大的亮点呢，就是以突出以绿尾红字为主，打造西昌，让西昌成为了绿水青山蓝天白云的生态城市。
Okay, so this Wild Bird Protection Museum is just want to establish a place for people to share their thoughts on bird protection.
对的，我们可以看一下这边，可以先参观一下。我们可以看一下这个作品，这个作品呢是以洪水相思鸟为主。洪水相思鸟呢又是湖南省的神鸟，白居易的《长恨歌》中“在天愿作比翼鸟，在地愿为连理之中”的比翼鸟说的就是它。
Okay, you are seeing now this is a bird collection of young birds, a romantic bird. It's actually a very common theme in Chinese traditional poems. It resembles the eternal romantic relationship of nature. And it's also a holy bird in central China's provinces, and also known in the West as months ago.
然后我们可以看我们背后这边，对，这边呢是我们的一个鸟，艾老师呢在8年来拍摄鸟的一个小场景，可以看一下它的救助鸟儿和放飞鸟儿的一个小场景，可以简单参考一下。
This is the interesting story, as I mentioned earlier. So all the photographs here in this gallery about 200 different species of wild birds. One photographer, Mr. Liangshan, traveled to different parts of China and across the world. And this scenario simulates the journey he has been undertaking into the wild to find the wild birds.
好的，然后我们可以去参观这边。
而且我可以看出在整个这个博物馆当中，我们最喜欢的是什么？
在整个博物馆中呢，我最喜欢的呢就是我们的最普通的鸟儿就在我们的前面。
OK，
为什么这样说呢？我们可以先看一下这只鸟儿。
Okay, so this one is Mr. has a favorite bird. Why? 为什么你喜欢它？
因为这个鸟呢，它看的是它是麻雀。
Okay.
俗话说麻雀虽小，五脏俱全，而且在我们中国的商朝时期呢，它又称之为礼记的说绝，加官进爵的意思。
Okay, this very common species of bird is a type of sparrows. In traditional Chinese culture, it will bring good luck, especially for those doing a management job in the court.
哎，对的对的。然后呢，我们可以接下来可以看一下其他的作品。
Okay.
我们可以看
，OK，
我们可以看这部作品。这部作品呢，这个鸟呢，两只鸟就是红头李鬣，一只雄鸟，一只雌鸟。红色的头呢，它是一个雄鸟，剩下呢就是雌鸟。
And now the photograph you are seeing is actually a couple of birds. The one with the colorful, the red head is actually the male one, while the other one is the female. Is a couple. The species of this bird is a red-headed barbet, as I mentioned earlier in the very beginning of this live streaming.
对的，而且我们可以看这部作品，这个呢就相当于我们四川的老百姓一样，老婆像老公，也就训话一样的感觉。
Well, this is really local culture here in Sichuan province. Mr. He said that it's actually like the wife nagging around in front of the husband. It's like the Sichuan local culture in which the husband usually plays a less superior status, while always listening to what the wife is talking about. That's really interesting.
Yes.
What about you?
Yes. 然后呢，我们可以看这部作品。
It's also typical Sichuan man.
然后这部作品呢，它是我们的中尾红子，又称之为西藏神鸟鸟中潘安。潘安呢是我们中国四大美男之一，它是非常的漂亮的一个鸟，没有之一。
Okay, this is really beautiful type of bird species known as Himalaya Liang. It's also known as the nine-colored bird or the divine bird of Tibet. As you can see, there is a couple. The most colorful one is the male, while the other one is the female. The male one has the green crest, well, has really shiny and colorful feathers. In fact, that the color changes according to the different shades of the sunshine, the light, and for the tail, it has 18 pieces of feathers.
而且呢，它又是尼泊尔的国鸟，藏族人呢把它称之为家堂，意思就是孔雀第二。
Okay, for Tibetans, they named this kind of bird the second only to peacocks, and it's also the national bird of Nepal. It's really, really beautiful.
接下来呢，我们可以去参观一下其他的作品。
Okay.
请大家呢跟随我的步伐，来到我们的一个走廊。
Okay, now we follow Mr. He into the other part of the gallery to have a deeper understanding of other species of bird.
这只鸟呢，它是一个背影，它代表了一个心形，它是自带12根侧翼线，在彝族中呢，12代表圆满的意思。
Well, this is really interesting. I can't imagine what this bird. It must be filled from the rear part of the bird. So anything special about this one? 能记下它的特殊之处在哪？
它的特殊之处就是，它是我们东方人称之为极乐鸟，而西方人称之为天堂鸟。 传说它住在天国，吃的天鹿花蜜。
Oh, again, this is a second kind of holy bird. It's named as the bird of paradise, or a heavenly divine bird that feeds on dew and nectar and it makes a charming musical sound. That's really interesting. So, which part of the bird is originating? 这个鸟是哪里来的？
这个呢是艾老师在西几内亚岛拍摄到的，非常漂亮。
Okay, this bird was filmed by Mr. Xichang on the island of New Guinea.
对的，而且呢，我们可以看一下，就是它的这个背影成一个心形，我们艾老师呢野心爱，所以说这是佛家所说的语言。
Okay, this is this is a coincidence, right? The surname I means love, and you can see the shape of the feather, the yellow one, it's like the shape of heart, signifying love. So this is really quite a fantastic symbol. I'm really interested in the wires, right? The different wires, that parts of the body. 那这么多根线啊，它是这个鸟肢体的一部分吗？
对的，它是尾翼线，像尾巴一样，12根正好。
Okay. So the 12 wires are actually part of the tail of the bird. 那为什么长得这么奇怪？它有什么作用？
这个的话其实是求偶用的，因为它们的一生都在求偶当中。
Okay.
对的。
Well, as Mr. Ha introduces that for the whole life journey, this kind of bird is, courting with the other half, and this wild tail is kind of part of the dance while courting with the bird.
所以说它还有最后一个名字，表中的花花公子。
Oh, it's the playboy of the bird world.
Yes.
Thanks for the introduction.
接下来呢，我们来到我们的生态厅。对。
Now we're going to visit this chamber for the ecological protection.
我们可以看一下这边的昆。
Oh, yeah, I want to mention to you that this is actually the Xichang, the Xichang, very beautiful lake. Some say that this is actually a legendary lake signifying the moon. So really beautiful. If you have an opportunity, do come here to visit this Xichang lake in Xichang City. So, can you introduce us? Are there something special in terms of ecological protection here in Xichang? 那在西昌这里，在生态保护方面有什么特色和承诺？
西昌的话，就是它会大力去发展以生态为城市，把西昌打造一个绿水青山、蓝天白云的一个生态这样的城市，已经逐步的完善了。
Now, Xichang has built itself into an ecological city with verdant mountains and lucid waters. You can see the greenery, the landscape everywhere. This is known as one of the most livable places in China. Yeah, let's continue this journey. Yeah. Okay. As you can see here, as I mentioned that all the over 200 photographs have been filmed by Mr. Xichang. As you can see, this is a photo. You can tell from the costume, from the ethnic clothes that he's from the ethnic minority here. Actually, this also forms the majority part of the local population in Liangshan autonomous prefecture. Yeah, this is really interesting experience. Now I think it's time for us to see him in person. 你好，Xichang先生，欢迎您加入我们的直播。Welcome to join us in this live streaming. 首先，您给我们介绍一下，就是您为什么喜欢这个拍摄鸟类？是从什么时候开始的？ When did you first start filming birds, and why do you like bird filming?
是这样的，其实不是一种喜欢，是一种富裕。我想通过这个鸟类的美丽，传播给更多人去了解，从而让他们认识了、知道了，最后我们一起保护了。所以通过我们影像拍摄出这些美丽的作品，就是唤起我们大家爱护我们自然，爱护我们这些动植物。
Well said. He said actually filming the bird itself is not something he really wished to share, but the message behind it is just want to call on everyone to protect the birds, protect the mother nature, because the ecological is really, ecological protection is really integral part of humankind. You just want to involve more people into the biodiversity conservation. 那问一下哈，您去了这么多的地方哈，您去了多少个国家来拍摄鸟类 ？How many countries have you traveled to film birds?
我去了48个国家。
Okay, a total of 48 different countries. 那您觉得有什么不同的感受吗？在这个鸟类生态的保护上有什么样的差异吗？ So what are the differences in terms of the wild birds habitat protection based on the countries he visited before?
对，过去我们是发展中国家嘛，过去我们在发展的过程当中呢，可能就对这方面呢可能是认识不到，但是通过那么多年，我们现任的领导人对我们这个中国的这个生态环境，下了非常大的力度，并且大家都有目共睹的，我们全中国任何一个地方都能看到美丽的生态环境，是我们国家领导人的对我们生态环境的一种支持。
Okay, so besides that, actually the Chinese management has highlighted the protection of ecological elements in the society, while building the whole society into very livable places. This is really the due attention paid to this cause, especially the huge progress has been made over the past years. 那刚才我问您的问题呢，是在跟其他国家相比呢，您有什么感受呢？就各个国家在保护这个生物多样性方面，保护鸟类栖息地方面有什么不同的做法 ？What are the differences of the measures taken by different countries?
其实很多国家我记着哈，有些国家对生态的保护，是很多年就在抓这方面的工作，但是有些落后的国家呢，目前呢也意识到了这个生态的重要性。其实整个对老百姓来讲的话，我认为他们都是在这方面做了不少的工作，但是差异还是很大。比如在欧洲国家的话，他们对这个生态的这方面的保护特别的好，所以我们国家我相信在未来5年、10年以后，一定在全世界应该名列前茅。
Okay, Mr. I did see some differences in terms of the diversity conservation across different countries. He highlighted the great work of biodiversity conservation in Europe. I think it's true that for our human beings, we went through ups and downs of different historical, periods of, defining the relationship between humankind and nature. And even though the country is not at the same starting point, but now we share the common goal, that is to build a harmonious coexistence between human and nature. 那我想问您一个专业的问题哈，您拍这么多的鸟类，您觉得有什么这个经验吗？怎么能够拍好鸟类 ？What are the experiences of filming the top quality bird photographs?
全球有很多的大师，他们拍得非常不错。不过呢，每个人拍鸟的可能是风格不一样，一些创意不一样。比如说我在拍鸟的时候，我可能就是选择的是先选景。我在观察鸟的动向的时候，我就先看这里有没有鸟出入，它会不会来。这个景特别漂亮，那么我就要等，等到这个美丽的整个环境啊，那个水中的雾啊，还是天上的云呐，还是那个地上升起来的太阳啊，这些都能把它融入在一个画面里面。我想这种创意应该是非常漂亮。
所以您不仅是摄影师，还是艺术家。So Mr. I is not only a photographer but also an artist. He said whenever he went through a new place, the first thing he would do is to find a location to finalize a frame, like to shoot the best angle with the clouds, with the trees, with the waters, and then the secret is waiting, like time tells us. And then when the birds come in, he will just, take the opportunity to film the beautiful photographs. Thank you. 那您给我们介绍一下啊，您做了这么多年，因为是8年的时间拍摄鸟类，那您想向公众传达什么样的信息？您的这个长期的目标是什么？你有什么这个想法跟我们这个分享一下好吗？So what's your long-term goal of bird filming based on your experience into the wilderness?
我做这个目的呢是想呼吁全球的人， 都来爱护我们的地球母亲。我有3个母亲，一个是生我养我的母亲，还有一个就是我的祖国母亲，还有一个就是地球母亲。我的母亲呢，我觉得我的心呢已经给到她了，但是我的母亲已经接受到了。但是我的祖国母亲呢，我是想为她多做一点事情，也让我的祖国母亲感受到她的这种子孙能为地球、能为人类多做事情。我相信这就是一个企业家的一种精神，爱国主义精神。还有一个就是地球母亲，我想走遍全球，拍遍全球，最后把自己美丽的影像呈现给更多的人，让他们去欣赏，让他们去爱护它，从而去保护它。
Okay, Mr. I shared with us 3 metaphors. It's kind of connected this bird filming with the greater cause of your nature protection. Is that he has 3 mothers. The first one is a biological mother. The second one is the motherland, the country, and the third one is the mother nature, the earth. By doing this job, by traveling to different parts of the world, by communicating and interacting with the birds of different kinds, he's calling the public to raise awareness on biodiversity protection, to protect the mother nature in a positive trend. 谢谢您，我看您这个身后有很多这个黑白的图片，这是什么样的用意？给我们介绍一下好吗？
这个好的。
Now we walk into a different part of this gallery. As you can see, all black and white photographs.
这个画面就是这个人类对这个自然环境的一种破坏。
So all the photos are about the interference, the human activities on Mother Nature.
其实你看，大家都知道，这幅对面的作品，可以感受得到。
是雉鸡吗？
这个是白腹锦鸡。
白腹锦鸡。
白腹锦鸡，你看1、2、3，它们在什么样的环境？这属于它们的家。但是呢，我们人类呢，就是任意砍伐，使其这种森林遭受破坏。他们，我觉得为他们担心。
Okay. So Mr. Assad is kind of worried about the situation, the wild birds staying here. Actually, this is the consequence of deforestation of human activities. I can see the 3 pheasants now staying in their traditional habitat, and now the trees are gone.
对，你看，这就是森林遭受到这种砍伐以及大自然的这种。对我们这种鸟类的一种这种生存的环境的破坏。
这是什么样的地方？这里是？
这个是
欧洲、亚洲还是什么？
这个地方呢，我想呢，在直播高上不好讲它的地方。反正它的事实是呈现在这里的。我希望大家呢都一起关注它们。
Okay, so we don't need to mention the locality of this photograph. As you can see, this really unique and barren view. You can see the bird, perching on the tree very lowly. This is another consequence of human activities interference over Mother Nature. Actually, here in this gallery, there are many different kinds of, very, very touching and distressing scenes. As you can see here, that's the birds kind of killed by water pollution along the beach. And this one, the bird, killed by a hunting bird. And here, this is actually a vivid contrast of the industrial production, the human activities, and the wildlife protection. So this eagle, this type of eagles, flying over a factory with thick plumes rising above. And here, this is a truck converted vendor selling the different wild birds like pheasants along with the rabbit. And here, there's a man holding a lamb with the killed bird on the hand. Okay, and here you can see there's another one here. There's another one here. This bird has been tangled with the oil spillover. So, Mr. I thank you so much for your introduction, and I hope we can continue with your great work of bird filming and just tell us I mean, your experience really tell us to, to put more effort to protect the mother nature. 谢谢您给我们的介绍啊，希望您接下来的这个鸟的拍摄能出更多精彩的作品。也谢谢您给我们这个机会，让我们这个更好的保护大自然。谢谢，谢谢。好，再见。Okay. So, Mr. Han, so what's our next step? 我们接下来要看些什么？
接下来呢，我们可以看一下我们鸟类的科普知识，大家带它走一下。这边。
So here, this is a interactive zone inside this museum. It's information based. By traveling here, you can collect the very information about the different bird species, to know their habitats, to know more about the colors of the birds.
在我们人类中呢，有4大洲4大洋，而鸟类呢，它有它的界限，我们可以简单参观一下。但是呢，鸟儿它是旅鸟，所以说我们的这个设计呢，就是说是在每个大洲呢有些固定的鸟，我们可以看一下。
Okay, so this is a map of the distribution of species. Each continent and oceans, they have this unique bird species. Let's find. What about this one? So this is 丹顶鹤. This is the red-crowned crane of China's endemic bird species.
对的，而且丹顶鹤呢，我们还可以看一个东西，朱鹮和丹顶鹤呢是我们中国3大候选国鸟的2个，但是我们中国是没有国鸟的。现在，艾老师也希望能推进中国国鸟的评选。
Okay, as you can see, this is the Chinese ibis. And what about the third one? 第3个是什么？第3个是什么？
红腹锦鸡。
红腹锦鸡 and this is a red abdomen pheasant. This one and the ibis and the red-crowned crane are actually 3 very famous kind of endemic bird species. And China, according as Mr. Han said, has no national bird so far, but it's possible that China will choose between the 3 different bird species.
对的。然后呢，我们可以在这边参观一下这边。
So I think before we go, I'd like to share with you something about this endemic bird species across the world. According to the latest research done by scientists, that actually the tropics and the island nations have the highest number of endemic bird species. As I introduced you, here, like in Indonesia, the country has over 500 endemic bird species. For Australia, it has around 360. For the Philippines, also very high number of endemic bird species, around 260. What about China? Well, it's around 100. So this really raised the alarm of wildlife protection because the endemic bird species is really geographically unique. If the species disappear at one location, it disappears everywhere. So now the alarm has been raised for better protection of the bird, for better protection of the biodiversity conservation. OK， 那接下来我们继续走。
好的
，OK。
我们这边呢可以来到我们的一个互动厅，这边呢有一个愤怒的小鸟，我们也可以体验一下。
Well, this is a game center. It's the Angry Birds fight, right? I want to have a try. Okay? Can you hold the microphone? So how to use it?
拿着它就直接尝试去。
So this is an Angry Bird. Okay?
No.
I need to treat it in a very polite way. Okay? It's not trying to target the. Okay, you can see the pin over there, right? Okay. You can see there.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. 哎，好可惜啊。
Maybe after the live streaming, I will have a second try. Okay.
然后呢，接下来我们来一场梦幻般的奇妙之旅。
Okay. This is a dreamlike wonderland. It's all about the lines, the 3-dimensional designs. Okay, this is a Chinese legendary bird. In ancient times, I think it's the birds evolved into modern China. As you can see, this is the history of the legendary birds in the country, in the Chinese culture. Anything special about this exhibition? 那这个展出的重点的传达信息是什么呢？
让人们知道鸟语花香的世界，而且呢，让人们知道鸟儿与宇宙万物之间的无尽资源。
Okay, so this is an immersive scenario for you to have a better understanding about the birds and the other nature. As you can see here, the grass, the rocks, the forest, and even the river is all integral part of the mother nature. We need to protect each of them so that they can be lived in a harmonious environment. Okay, so as you can see, whenever we walk, there will be the petals of flowers falling. This really fantastic. This one, I think you must be very familiar with this pattern. This is the bird, the holy bird found on the island of New Guinea, right? And this is also this is the logo of World Bird Day, right? It's really something interesting because it's the shape of the heart. Okay. 那您从事这个工作这么长时间了，您觉得有什么样的信息想推广出来 ？What is the message you want to convey to the public? Because you've been working in the industry for quite a long time.
我希望呢，更多的有识之士加入到爱鸟护鸟的行列中来，不要让这些影像成为了历史。
Okay, so well said. Mr. He said that after working in this museum and being familiar with all the knowledge about wild birds, we just want to call the public to have a better protection of the wild birds and not, let this footage, like the photos, the video clips become the last resort of the birds. This is really distressing warning to us. So, in fact, biodiversity plays a crucial role in maintaining ecological balance and regulating the microclimate in nature. Its protection has become a focal point for countries across the world. I think here I just want to share with you an epigraph here. Who is the most talented artist of mankind? Is it Da Vinci or the famous Chinese calligraphy Wang Xizhi? Is it Beethoven or Michael Jackson? Whoever the answer is, you could be no more creative than a bird. Birds possess the richest and brightest colors. They dance the wildest and most exaggerated dances and sing the most resonant and loudest songs. They are the miracles of life, as well as the artists in the sky. I think by touring around in this gallery, you have a better understanding about wildlife protection, especially wild bird species conservation. So thank you so much, Mr. He, for introducing to us all the knowledge and stories behind those photographs. 谢谢您给我们详细的介绍所有这些这个照片背后的故事，然后以及呼吁公众来保护鸟类。谢谢您，谢谢。好，好 ，OK。So before we go, I would like to share with you a video clip about an immersive context of the history of the birds. It's a really beautiful design. It's a really interesting thing. It's about the trajectory of the legendary birds in China. It also shows that the public to protect the mother nature and to protect wild birds. That said, I think we come to the end of today's live stream.